This is very personal.
So how has code switching affected you?
You in your life.
Yikes.
My Lord.
Code switching.
Code switching.
You know, as Black folks, we can talk amongst ourselves one way, and we have our lingo,
Yeah.
and then when it's time
Code
to,
switching.
or you know, they say a speak job interview.
Code switching is not just being versatile. It's not just being a Swiss Army knife. It's that you're forced to compromise who you are and speak in other ways in order to survive. And the reason we're so good at it is because we haven't had a choice. And quite frankly, to become successful in this country, especially early on, you have to play a game where you have to make white people not uncomfortable of your blackness
I've never
or
been
your
good at
queerness
that.
or your womanhood. And yeah, the people who aren't good at it, you always wonder what happened to them.
Yeah.
And then it's because they were not willing to play the game.
You know, for a very long time, that was, honey, they could have called me Code instead of Tab because that's how I lived my life. I realized I learned it at a very young age, watching my mama answer the phone and switch her voice when
Not
she
the
talked
bill
to
person voice.
to bill collector. Right? Something that simple. Or when we were out in the store and when, you know, white women or men spoke to her, she would speak different, right? And I observed that and thought that's what we had to do, you know? And I understand that, you know, my grandparents and great-grandparents did that out of survival.
Right.
I no longer have to do that. But I spent over 20 years covering my accent, making sure I spoke as proper as I could and trying to fit in because that also meant just me being me wasn't enough, right? So code switching meant I wasn't free.
For me, navigating an all-white corporate environment in fashion media and being often the only one that looks like me, especially in a leadership role, and as a young person on top of it, like, and being a woman. So it's like the trifecta of isms stacked against you in a way. Like, I felt like my survival tactic at first was learn the language and speak it well. And then I got to a position of power, and I recognized, for me, it was really seeing my name in the headlines for the first time, like first Black beauty director in Condé Nast history, second Black editor-in-chief in Condé Nast history. And for me, those moments reframed my why and reminded me that if I continue to leave parts of myself at home, I am doing a disservice to the people I'm here to represent. And it really empowered me, like it really shifted something for me.
I think it's a luxury to not have to code switch. I think that if your career moves in such a way that you get to show up however you want to, that's a luxury because most of us, in order to progress and to be promoted, we have to learn to speak the language of the culture we're sent in. So I think that I finally have kind of made it to a place where I'm like, listen, when you invite Sarah Jakes Roberts, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, and who knows what that's gonna be today, but let's see. But that's a luxury that a lot of Black women aren't able to have because they've got to be able to fit in the environment they're in.
Yeah.
Me being on television, you know, you're supposed to talk, you know, a certain type of way.
But you
I'm
do
from Detroit.
Such a good job.
Right.
Thank you, but I'm from Detroit.
What up, though?
You know exactly what I'm saying. Like, we gonna do this. And we gonna do it right, you know.
Right.
And it's about more than just vernacular. It's about being yourself. And I'm on a show that has women of color. And the purpose of it was not for us to act like the majority. It was for us to allow the majority to see how we are. And so if I'm sitting here code switching, and welcome to the show today.
Then you ain't being
Wonderful.
real.
Right.
I see what you did
Whoa.
there.
Hello.
Wait, did you catch that? Did you catch it?
Caught. It was caught.
Right.
There's a time and a place for everything, you know, because there's so many people that would jump down our necks and steal our jobs if we said the wrong thing. So we have to be conscious and mindful of certain things, but not conform completely over to what they want us to be, you know?
And I've also found that it's never about us. You know, I'm in academia where I was, and people have very narrow expectations of Black women. And if you don't play the game, you're not going to get tenure, for example. And so I've spent most of my life code switching, and I've gotten very good at it. And sometimes I wonder if I will ever get to a place in my life and my career where I won't have to do it. And I don't think that will be the case, unfortunately.
Yeah, I stopped code switching when I was in Yonkers.
I think most people recognize code switching in that way, but I think a lot of people are not aware of how Black, queer, and LGBTQ people have to code switch within our Black community.
Say more.
We grow up together, listening to the same music, being informed by the same culture. We're in the same neighborhoods, we're in the same families and things like that. But we have to switch the code so that you don't read my queerness, you don't read my transness, because we then face violence from people in our own communities. I remember one Black trans woman used to tell me a long time ago, girl, go, if you can make it and go to the 7-Eleven, the corner store, without hearing, oh, hell no, then you've made it. Wow. So it's kind of the thing of, to stay safe, we had to learn how to not have our queerness read with our Blackness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like living undercover.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So dessert is served, okay? So we have a berry cheesecake with no cheese, okay? So yes, of course, it's all plant-based, so dig in.
Ooh, this is so good.
Ooh, the crust is good.
So this is a trio of traditional Southern desserts. So in the carafe, we have a homemade banana pudding. We even made the Nilla wafers, homemade whipped cream, and then we have a little banana chip. This is a traditional sweet potato pie. And then we did a little ode to New Orleans, and we have not a traditional beignet, but our version of a beignet here. So we tried to cover everybody. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
I never had banana pudding until I came to the States. But it is good. And I'm very excited for this right now. I'm addicted.
So these are little bao buns. They are infused with guava and cream. So there's like a little steamed.
Bao buns?
Yeah, bao buns. Like kind of almost like dim sum, but done sweet instead of savory.
Oh my God, I've never had a sweet bao bun.
A saweetie bao bun?
I love that.
So do we have the whole thing?
Yeah, pop the whole thing.
Hold on.
It's so yummy.
We need a
right?
moment of silence for this.
This is very, you're right. It's very good. This is very good. Well done.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm from Texas. I'm just
eating.
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead,
Go
Kelly.
for it.
Black women are often imitated, but never duplicated.
What is your favorite thing about being a Black woman? Everything.
Word.
Everything. Everything. That's my answer. Everything. I mean, what is there not to love about us?
Yeah.
I love being a Black woman, representing Black women, and I don't mean representing from a position, just who we are and what we are and our layers. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
I love that.
You know what I like being about a Black woman?
What you like?
Let me know. I feel like you about to say something.
I got an ass.
Cheers.
Undeniably so.
Cheers.
Okay?
The
Everybody
curves are there.
putting stuff in there. We got curves, natural. You know, it's like for a long time we were meant to feel ashamed for having a big butt and big breasts and being voluptuous and beautiful, soft skin. Now everybody trying to have the lips and the eyes and the skin
And the
tone.
baby hair.
Right.
And the baby hair.
With the baby hair?
Remember when they were lasering off baby hairs?
Really?
Before baby hairs was popping.
I didn't know that.
Yes, people
And
do
then
that.
they was wondering where their edges went.
I'm done.
I love our hair. I love how often we can change it. I love how it speaks to just like all of our royalty and heritage and culture. I love the fact that we can all sit here and have all these different fabulous things happening. And we can enjoy, like, I might have this tomorrow, you might have this tomorrow.
It's the versatility for me. I think that we can switch it up. You might not know
so
who I
many
am
things.
next week if I, you know, and I might pull out a puff.
Come on.
Did you do something different?
Your hair.
Yes. Who's the new girl? It's me. So I like it. It's the versatility for me that we can switch it up. We can be whoever you like.
I think it is beautiful to see how resilient we all are. And all of the different ways that we like show that resiliency is always amazing to see.
I think I would say the best thing about being a Black woman is the sisterhood.
Yeah.
When you find your people, there's nothing like that. There's nothing. It's what allows you to be resilient. It's what lifts you up. It's what holds you down. It's what allows you to navigate.
Also, the unspoken magnetic energy. I just remember like going to college when I was feeling down. I don't know how we're able to read each other, but it's that nudge, it's that look. It's just that I got you, or you good?
Girl?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
We see each other.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For the most part. Sometimes we don't, and it's just we need to work on that sometimes.
What I love about being Black is like when we see our sisters, we always look at something to compliment them all. Oh, bitch got new braids. Still got new braids.
It's low-key a little roast, though. Like, it's like, oh, you gonna come out.
That's what
She
you
put
gonna
the
do.
whole outfit together.
You finally got your nails done.
Oh, okay, new money. Oh, okay.
It's always a little love and shade.
Exactly. And to the point of the question and saying the originators, like, we're the originals. Period. Like, everything we do is trend setting. You know, and for so long to be told that you know, your hair is unkempt, it's unprofessional, it's that you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And it's like, no. Now we've reached a point where being exactly who we are is the stuff.
Yes.
We see somebody like you showing kids that they can have afros and be amazing and be exactly who they are.
Because we're enough.
Because we are enough.
We always were.